Good morning. Sunday, July 27th. This is a review of our workshop we did on Friday, July 25th. I have on my iPad that you cannot see, I am mirroring my reminders application. I showed you that in class. I am mirroring my reminders, and here it is right here. I just pulled it in. It's on the video now. So you can see this is the way I keep track of topics. And anything with a non-blue circle is what I want to talk about or will talk about in this video. And the ones with the blue are completed, and I have them shown so they're not deleted. It just indicates that they were completed. And I can always uncomplete something and it goes back up to the top somewhere. So this is reminders. We talked about it briefly at the end of the day, and I'm just going to move it over to the other side of my screen to get it out of the way and just use it as a quote script. So I'm back here in Finder. So here I am in Finder. Top left tells me where I am, and I have my menu bar up at the top here. We'll talk about some of the items up here. This indicates I am broadcasting or recording, and these are my shortcuts. We talked about that earlier, rather the other day, when I emailed you, all of you, a shortcut called display. And I hope you use it. I use it quite often. Quite often, sadly, as every day progresses, it has to get bigger and bigger, it seems. But regardless, so let's stop with one of the most simplest things we talked about. Most of our time, I think, on a Mac will be set up using Safari, our browser. And of course, we have our icons that relate to it. We know we have a little navigation panel that allows us to look at various things that we saved in other videos that we talked about. And here I am in a reading list. And if I close that, I can go look at my bookmarks. And bookmarks, I have favorites. And I have what I call, you haven't seen this yet, something called tab group favorites. Basically, I can group favorites in a group. Like maybe I want to learn something about photos. Of course, I don't have anything there, but maybe under MacMost. Well, these are groups. So when I click on a group, it'll open up a bunch of tabs. Again, not a concern right now, but be aware it's part of the bookmark world. And these favorites you see here, the letter A and the B and the C, etc., these are the same here. They're the exact same favorites. And they're also up here. This is my favorites bar. This is my start page. And over here is my navigation bookmark bar where I can simply switch it over to a reading list. And we did that earlier last week in another review. So right now, be aware we have that. Now, one of the key things that kind of blew everybody's mind is this little green button. Now, you know from earlier classes, if we double tap, it takes up the whole screen. Depending on how you set it up in settings, not going to go there. But normally, if you double tap the way I like it, it'll make it a normal size like this if you start this way. And I double tap. And if I double tap again, it goes back to the previous size. It's kind of neat. What you might know, of course, already is if you tap the green, just tap it. Get away from it. Just tap it by reflex, it gets full size, full screen. And notice the buttons are gone, the red, the yellow, the green. I can press the escape key on the keyboard or just go back to the green button and then tap it. There you go. Now, what was kind of fun for a lot of you, like you didn't realize it, and it's right in front of you when you just point to the green button, is you can have this window go to the left, go to the right, top, bottom. You got the idea. I can have it in a quarter panel. There you go. I can maybe move it up here to the one side. There you go. So now I can have two windows open at the same time. Look at my calendar. Wait, it took over the whole screen. Now I probably opened it that way or saved it that way the last time. So what do? I go to the green button, hover, don't click, and have it go to the right side. Boom, there you go. It's a real fast way to change the position of your windows. So when I click here, I can hover and then have this at the bottom. That was it. Okay, a lot of you really like that a lot, and it's very, very handy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close calendar, a red X, and I'm going to make this bigger, double tap. Here we go. Along the lines of windows and positioning, another thing I shared with you that was really neat was when we use our three fingers on our trackpad and I move up from the bottom up, you have this window of only one window open. But up at the top was the key thing, a desktop. Wow. It appeared because I'm in what's called desktop one. You can't rename them. Don't ask. I tried. You can't. But we have a plus sign. And when you click once, you can make a new desktop. And some of you made quite a few. I won't mention Ella's name or Marcia's maybe. You know who you were. But if you do that, you now have multiple desktops. Well, why would I do that? Well, let's take a look. If I just click here on desktop one, here I am. And maybe I'm going to close Safari. I don't really need Safari right now. Quit Safari or Command Q, right? I'd like to use my calendar, and maybe I want to see mail at the same time. Two things you might look at every day. And of course, they've overlapped each other. So just to reinforce, hover, put one on the right, hover. Come on, hover. I got to make it active first. I got to make it active. There it is. And put this one on the left. So this is what I want to see every day when I open up my laptop. Well, what you can do is add these to a new desktop. What are you talking about? Three fingers up. Desktop number 2. These are overkill. I'm going to close these. I don't need to see all these extras. You'll see what they do in just a moment. I have a window here called calendar and a window here for mailbox. Mail, excuse me. I click and hold and I drag it over to desktop 2. I point over here, click and hold, drag it to desktop 2. Now I go to desktop 1. And now I can open up maybe Safari. And I'm going to make it bigger by double tapping. And maybe I'll go to Bing. I don't know, read the news or something. I don't care. But I want to go check my mail. Three fingers slide up, go to desktop 2, and there you go. Three fingers slide up. Let me go back to my browser. There you go. That's pretty slick. Hope you use it. Again, this is a review. We did this in class. I'm coming over here to my iPad. I just brought reminders over. Again, I'm mirroring my iPad to show on my screen reminders. So create a new desktop with 2 apps. We just did that. What else do we have to do? Hot corners we did. I'm moving this out of the way. Just going to drag it over here. Hot corners. When I have my window here, I'm going to move it down to the bottom left and watch what happens to the windows or window. They temporarily disappear. See, if I press the escape key, nothing happens. Click on the desktop, nothing happens. Swipe up 3 fingers, nothing happens. Hit Safari, something happens. Let's go through that again. This is called a hot corner. You got the bottom, the top, the top, the bottom. I just like having one hot corner because sometimes you move your mouse so far up or down, they'll change without you wanting them to. So someplace I rarely take my mouse is to the bottom left. So when I put it there, it shows the desktop. Okay? Click again, it comes back. Move it down, disappears. Tap again, it comes back. How did we do that? We went to the Apple System Settings, and because there's so many, take advantage of searching. HOT. There you go. Hot corners. Don't spell it out. Hot corners. This is where we did it. Remember? You have 4 corners. I just used the desktop. I don't need to see a quick note. It wasn't really functioning properly, so I'll just make it blank. I don't want anything else to function. Pick and choose what you like. I just want the one to be the desktop. And I'll just say done and done. Done. And I'll now close this window. Done. I'm going to close Safari. I'll just quit Safari. There we go. I'm on my desktop. Hot corners has been done. What was next? When we were on our desktop, you saw on my screen in the workshop, I had all these little boxes. Those are called widgets. I closed them all. You don't see anything now. It's a clean desktop. How did I get it? 2-finger right click, 2 fingers, edit widgets or show widgets. There is a window that has various categories of these things called widgets. For example, plus sign, I just added the weather. Clock, add the clock. You don't need it because you have a clock up here, hopefully. I'll minus it, get rid of it. I want to see a photo of my son after he was drinking a bottle laced with liquor, maybe. I don't know. He's getting ready to party. Minus sign. Stock market, sure, pull that over there. What else do I have here? Want to see what my batteries are doing? You got the idea, folks. You find a category that you want. You have multiple choices. You want to have a 1-person view, 2-person view. Hit tap it. Yep, like I missed. Maybe it's down here somewhere. By the way, you can't move this window. You have to uh, close it, and then you can see what you got there. See how that worked? So the widget is being added to the desktop, but you didn't see it because that window of all the widgets took over the whole desktop just about. How did I bring it up? Two finger, which is a right click. Go to Edit Widgets, minus the ones that are redundant. We don't need it. And that's it. You pick and choose what you like. I like to see the weather. Reminders, of course, that's kind of a good one. And yet, notice the three different styles. And it takes up more room, and you can drag it over here somewhere. There you go. And there they're back. That's widgets. Not going to beat that to death. This is a review. You should be practicing this, not just watching the video. Done. Okay, those are nice widgets. Coming back over here, reminders, bring it over. What did we just do? Hot corners. Down here, we talked about widgets, desktop widgets. We're getting there. All right, what's next? We did the green icon side by side. We talked about that as well. Time machine. This was from Vicki in her letter that she sent. I asked all of you to send a question to address it in the workshop. This was one from Vicki. You want to get an external drive. Can't show it on the screen here, but you want to plug it in with the appropriate adapter if needed. And when you do plug in that hard drive, you would see it in Finder. Finder's over here. I'm bringing it over. Here you are. In Finder, it'll appear down here. And this is my computer, my MacBook Pro. OneDrive, I'm still using a little bit of Microsoft OneDrive. I don't use Google anymore. But you would see in here the name of your hard disk, maybe Seagate or Western Digital hard drive. This is how you would run Time Machine. You don't want to keep Time Machine on your device. I think Marcia might have had that. I think one of the ladies had it. It was Ella. Time Machine is something you'd store off the machine. Okay. Yes, everything's backed up to iCloud if you set it up that way, we talked about earlier. But Time Machine is an easy way to transfer data, also back it up, of course. But if and when you do get a new machine, it's a really easy way to bring everything back to life on that new machine. All right? That's a little bit of the Time Machine topic there, not to beat it to death. Done. This was a good one. Accessibility. The control center is up here. This is our control center. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, etc. You can read them. I'm not going to read it to you. Screen mirroring is what I'm doing right now on my iPad. That's why I use it as my little script. I'm moving this back and forth between these windows. What is the accessibility? Well, it's right here. What does it do? It gives me a menu. Oh, so you have it in the control panel. Yeah. You can also put it up in the menu bar. Oh, that's kind of handy. Again, the less you have up here, the better, because you might run out of space. One of the things I shared with you was that shortcut called display. And I had it on my menu bar. Of course, it's not being used right here. It is right over here. Display. And I sent you all of this, all the attendees, I should say, this shortcut called display. It's a macro. What does that mean to you? It's a program. It's not a macro. Wrong program. When I tap on it, it quickly goes to settings. Now, because I am mirroring something, you can't see it. If I stop mirroring, I could very well do that, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. So you'll see what I call the small, medium, and large of those displays. So it's a real fast way using the shortcut that we showed you and I mailed you to go to a particular program. You only have the one, and I'll probably share more with you in the future. But this is a really good one to go back and forth when you forgot your glasses, you're tired, it's late, it's early. A great way to change the size of your display. All right? I think we've talked about it before, but now you have it as a shortcut. Those of you that attended, I went around one to one, and I helped you set it up. Hope you enjoy it. Next, that was the control center. I'm not going to talk about how to get there because you have it on your device. Phone mirroring, this was a good one. My analogy was you have your phone somewhere in the house, but you can't find it, and there's a mobile app on there that you want to be able to use. So what do? Well, Command Spacebar brings up the spotlight. It's a quick way to open up a program. So I'm just going to type in MIRR, and there it is. Less is better. Dr. Harold, you know what I'm talking about. Less is better. So when I tap this phone mirroring, what does it do? Well, I have to connect to my phone. And it's connecting. Unable to connect. Why? Because Oh, because I am mirroring. That's interesting. Let me see if I can unlock the phone and have it work. Let's see. Try again. Probably not. Okay, no problem. This is how we learn. I'm going to stop mirroring. It has no effect on what you're going to see. It's going to stop me from seeing the reminders. So I'll stop the mirroring. And I'm going to, hello, there it is. Tap down. And it's done. Okay, so now we should have some better luck. I love problem solving. All right. So you wouldn't have to worry about mirroring too much. So there's my phone. Well, look at that. Now you might have to lock it. You can't use your phone and see it on your laptop at the same time. Understand that. So if I open up my phone and just unlock it by pressing the side button, it says it's in use. So the phone is in use because I'm seeing it here. So what can I do here? Well, down at the bottom, I get a little message here. I can't see it. I got to pull this up a little bit. Actually, I got to change the size of it. I'll make it a little smaller. Where is it? Come on, help me out there. I don't see it. View, smaller size. Thank you. There it is. So now, whoops. So now I can move my mouse up a little higher, and I want to see this bar down here. Or I can just go left and right if I could. Not right now, I can't. Up and down, I can. If I double tap my mouse on this horizontal bar, double tap, I'm back at my home screen. Now I can go to the left. I can go to the right. I can go to Team Reach. I can tap on it. I can go to see who's going to be at the Apple Workshop on Friday. I'm going to be there. Who else is going to be there? Vicky's going to be there. Maybe Walt. Maybe Nina. You know who you are. So again, the premise is I don't have my phone next to me. It's in another room. It's in the car somewhere. That's a common thing. I don't have to do that. I just have to bring up phone mirroring. That's all I got to do. All right. That's the next topic. We finished. Phone mirroring. Done. We did that in class. Done. YouTube video. Next to the URL is a drop-down menu that offers different choices on how to watch the video. Let's take a look at it. Safari. Make it bigger. Double tap. I'm going to go to my pinned favorites. This is MacMos. You all know Gary. There he is. Those beady little eyes. My buddy. I really don't know Gary. I pay him $5 a month. Video search. Okay. All the categories. I look at them quite often, if not daily. I want to learn about Safari. 150 topics. Find what you want. All right. So why'd I come back here? Well, let's click on this one. All right. The reminder says when you're watching a video, look up here because you have these icons, and I can say show reader, but I'm really not reading an article. Let's see what it does with show reader. Oh, there you go. It got rid of Gary's smiling face and all the things on the side. In every video Gary makes, he has a transcript. You probably won't have much need or use of that, but nonetheless, it's there if you wanted to read something. I know Gary can talk rather quickly, but most recently, he is slowing down his speech pattern. I noticed that on a recent video from a couple days ago. So this is reader view, and I come back up here and I turn off reader view. Again, you know that already. I'm going to minimize this for a second, go back to where I was. Next to the URL is a drop-down menu offering choices, and that's one of them. Let's go back and there's one more choice. When I'm in YouTube, now remember, when you go to YouTube to watch one of Gary's videos, you'll see timestamps. Talked about it last week. I'm going to do it again for good reason. Here we go. Same video. There's Gary. He's talking in my ear. Mute Gary. Thank you. So now, why did I come here to YouTube? Well, there's something that's changed up here. You can have that drop-down menu not show me what I'm looking for. Where is it? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Son of a gun, where'd you go? That's not what I want. It's a way of watching the video like large, like that. You all know how to do that. And we all know about the gear to slow Gary down. We know that from last video. Okay. But there was another option I'm not finding right now, and I'm not sure. Maybe it's because of Gary's videos, but I know I've used his before. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. Zoom, of course, that's going to change things. Not the one I wanted to find, but I'm going to leave it in there because I just can't remember that option. We'll find it later. Let's go back to reminders. I'm going to Command Tab. Remember Command Tab? And I also told you that you can just use your mouse pointer to do that as well and go back. Reminders, check mark. Image playground, not worry about these two things. Text replacement is a biggie. Text replacement is, you're going to love this one. We have yet to talk about it. It's one of the simplest things you can do. What does it do? I got a shortcut. Will I send it to you? Maybe. Text replacements. I made it a shortcut. It just saves you the trouble of clicking on the apple and going to system settings. That's all it does. But what does text replacements do? Watch. Here it is. So instead of typing my phone number, I just type in 247. Instead of typing my address, all of the address, Durham, etc., zip code, etc., I just type in 111. AWS, I have no idea why I have Barb's name there. Well, I'll click on it and delete it. And backspace. And get rid of Barb. Nothing person Barb. I know. I got to get rid of Barb. Don't want to do that. Do that. Come on. Get rid of that. And, oh, worry about that later. Here it is, the minus. That's what I was looking for, the minus sign. Thank you. Barb's gone. Instead of typing my wife's name, I just use her initials. FF for Fendel Farms. GM, good morning. So all of these abbreviations will spell these out. Where is it? Well, I cheated. It's under, I'm going to close this from the beginning here. Apple, system settings. Just type in text. And wow, a lot of choices here, huh? Maybe we better type in REP, replacements. There you go. Type what you need and no more. Well, I needed a little bit more. Text replacements, there they are. So what I could do here is add a new one, click on the plus sign, and I'll put here Apple Workshop, and I'll put here Apple Workshop. There it is. Edit, done. I'll go to Note. I'll make a new note, Command N. I'll type in some gibberish, and I'll type in AWS, spacebar. There it is. Text replacements. I can just hear Ella now. That is the best. I know it is Ella. There's hundreds of things in here that are truly the best working in Apple. All right. Command Z to undo, Command Z, Command Z. You know that. Undo, Command Z. Back to reminders. Text replacements, one of my favorites. Rename favorites on a favorites bar. Just do a right click. Just do a right click. Go to Safari. Go to a clean window. I'll just make a new window here. Double tap. These are my favorites on my favorites bar. Maybe I want the word Amazon. Well, I have an option. Right click. Rename. Spell Amazon. Amazon. Boom. There you go. Just point to any icon, do a right click. That's two fingers, of course. Rename. And this was, I don't know what it was, Gemini, I think. Doesn't matter. Got the idea. Right click, rename a favorite. Alt tab, rename favorites. AI tools, we used Claude. You made those pictures. Ella, you made some awesome pictures. The ladies at the beach just loved it. Just fantastic. Calendar, oh, this was a good one. I did this one the last minute thought here, and I'm going to pretty much wrap up this video in just a moment here. Calendar, we sometimes in our life have a lot of appointments. Now, as we get older, it might be medical appointments. So I'm going to double tap this. Here's my calendar. I can look at it as a year. I can look at it as a month, week, day, etc. You got the idea. I like monthly view. Maybe I was doing a search, and I was, for my dog grooming. Everyone knows Sparky in my life. When was Sparky last groomed? Well, I'm going to go up to search. I'm going to type in grooming. Less is better. And there it is. 2021, 2022. You got the idea? Use your search tools. Don't type everything out unless you need to be more granular. Less is better on a search. Trust me. There's an example. Searching your calendar for an item. Alt tab back to reminders. And that was right here. What else? I think that'll be it for now. I showed you a shortcut to take the background color. Don't have to do that again. I'll leave it at that. That's quite a bit. Let me bring over my video, which is being here recording somewhere. I'm not sure where. Maybe it's down here. I'll stop it anyway. Oh, I lost my recording button. Where'd it go? Better minimize everything. Hide others. Gee, I hope I'm recording. I'm not sure. I should be recording up here. Yep, that's it. That's my recording button. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We had reminders. We did a lot. We did a lot in those 2 hours together. We took the time to help you one-on-one. I hope you enjoy that and practice. Please practice, or else you're coming for the 2 hours. You're having fun. I know you are. I see it in your faces and the laughter and the banter we have, and that's great. But you got to practice, and there's so much, and that's why I make these videos so you can go back after the workshop, look at it, take some notes, watch MacMost, maybe pay Gary $5 a month, whatever. Enjoy the day, and I'll see you Friday. Stopping the video now.